Hello, this is Gio, and today we're going to reupholster this chair. I have a set of 4 chairs, and they've seen their years with kids and others sitting on these, spilling drinks, spilling food. This is kind of a fabric seat, and it's really difficult to get these stains out. So I'm just going to give up and reupholster them, and what I'm going to be using is I like this red color, so I've just chosen this vinyl. I think that would be much more appropriate for kids, and you could clean them off and have them looking like new. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we do is just take the chair and put it on a little table. Take a screwdriver, and you'll see in this case just 4 Phillips screws, and we'll take each one of these out. Okay, so with all those 4 screws out, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can just lift it up and it should come off right away. So the last time they reupholstered this, they just used some staples, a number of staples to secure the fabric down. You could either just go right over the existing fabric, or to reduce the amount of bulk, you could remove the old fabric. And the way you just do that is just trying to get some needle nose pliers, kind of push in and force these out one by one. And so that's what I'll be doing next, just removing all these staples, and I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, so I finished up pulling off all the staples, and this is what I have left. You can see the pad underneath. Just flip this over, and the pad's a little worn out, but it's still usable. I think I'll still use it, although there's some stains there. You could also get some padding and just replace the padded portion as well. So the next step is to cut out our new fabric. So I put down the fabric face down and put down my chair seat. And since I have 4 chairs, I got some extra fabric, and basically I'm just gonna, just as a start, I'm just gonna cut the fabric into quarters, because you don't want to cut it too perfectly. You'd rather trim it later after you've cut it. So if you cut it too small, then you're and left short, then you're kind of out of luck and you have to buy some new fabric. So I'll just do it into quarters. Okay, so I cut out the quarter, and the first thing you want to do is look at the fabric. You'll notice that there is a grain, not necessarily, there's a little bit of a grain in front, but especially on the back. You'll see there's a grain this way and a grain that way. First you want to make sure you set the seat so so the grains are perpendicular or across. So this is the back of the seat, front of the seat, so you want the grains either this way or that way. And then you just want to sort of feel the fabric. If you tug it this way, there's very little give. Tug it this way, there's little give. But when you do it diagonally, there's much more give. And so it's flexible in the diagonal direction. That's why you want to make sure that the grains are this way, because stress when you sit down is either one way or the other. And so it'd stretch funny if you actually placed it in a diagonal position.